You know, I used to hate this move because it always happened to me in training and I never could catch it. And then once I learned how to do it, now I love it. So in today's lesson, I'm gonna show you guys how to turn defense into offense with what we call the catch and counter, or sometimes we call it boom, is what it sounds like. Check it out. This is the first frame. You see, he throws a punch, and a lot of times when people are going to throw a punch like this, they're going to telegraph it by dipping their shoulder like he does right here. And so if you see somebody kind of dip their shoulder and pull their hand back, there's a good chance they're about to throw a cross-colored punch. Now, some people do it without the shoulder telegraph. So if you want to be even more advanced than just looking for the shoulder telegraph, what you can do is look for the head movement. Because a lot of times, when they're going to throw a big looping punch like this, they're either going to lean off center or really bob and weave to try to get in position. But either way, you can see it. It's very easy to see and very easy to react to. So again, don't just look for the shoulder, but if you only have one eye, look for the head movement. So here's what you want to do. Instead of just blocking this punch, if you watch my other videos where I teach the 5 basic building blocks of fighting, you've heard me say this before, don't just block punches, use their momentum against them. So that's exactly what we're doing here. As soon as he throws the punch, boom, he misses. What do? You don't just put your hands up and block it, you catch it and immediately fire back with a punch. Boom is what it sounds like. Now this is a high-level technique, and it takes some time and reaction to get it down. But once you learn it, it's devastating. Now let me show you a couple more examples so you guys understand what I'm talking about. Here you see him do the same thing. He dips his shoulder, pulls his hand back, and throws a big looping overhand punch. Now a lot of people are going to throw this punch from further away, but sometimes people will come in close like this and throw an overhand punch. Very common. We see it all the time in MMA and boxing and street fights. Here you see it from a little bit more of a different angle. Does the exact same thing. Kind of leans back, drops his hand, and boom, throws the overhand punch. Now here's what a lot of people do wrong. They see the punch coming, and they just put their hands up in a defensive posture to block it. That's not what you want to do. Don't just block the punch. Catch it and counter with a punch. Use the momentum of the punch to help you. Now again, this is a high-level technique, and it takes some time to get it down. A lot of people, once they see the punch coming, their natural instinct is to cover up and block it. That's what we're trying to overcome here. So you can see when he throws the punch, he misses and immediately fires back with a punch. Now, this was actually set up from a judo throw that didn't connect. But you can do this off of any kind of offensive move. You could have thrown a kick, you could have thrown a punch. Doesn't matter what it is, you're turning defense into offense. Now this next one is going to show you from another angle and also show you something else important. Here you see he's in his karate stance, which means he has his hands down. He sees the punch coming, boom, throws the punch. He misses and immediately goes for the counter. But something important to remember is don't just go for the counter. If you don't have the proper distance, you're going to eat a knee. So make sure you take a step back. Put your foot in between his feet, and now you can throw your counter punch. So again, you want to turn defense into offense. Make sure that you don't just go for the counter blindly. Make sure you create space so that you can throw your counter punch. You can do this with a lot of different types of attacks. You can catch a kick and counter with a punch. But make sure you leave enough room to actually throw the punch. Now let me show you guys one more example of what happens when you try to do this. When you don't quite get the distance right, boom is what it sounds like. This is a Muay Thai kickboxing style gym. So when he throws the kick, you can see he doesn't have his hands up to guard himself. So he throws the kick, he catches the kick, but he's too close to throw the punch. So again, you can counter with a punch, but you gotta leave some room. Otherwise, he's gonna catch the punch and then throw his own counter punch. So this is why it's important to practice this move over and over again until you get the timing and distance down. Because if you don't, you're gonna end up in a bad situation. So again, you can catch a kick and immediately counter with a punch. Now this one's pretty obvious. His hands are already up. You can see the shoulder telegraph. So he catches the punch and immediately throws a counter punch. Now this guy actually threw 2 punches. You can see the first punch just barely misses. And then he actually did throw a counter punch if you look closely. But this is what I would recommend. Instead of throwing the second punch, just reset and go back to the first one. If you notice the first punch that he throws, it actually landed. But because he throws the second punch, it opens him up, and now the guy can counterpunch him. So sometimes it's better to just reset, go back to the first one, make sure that one connects, and then go for the follow-up, rather than trying to do too much and opening yourself up to a counterpunch. Next one here, he does the exact same thing, shoulder telegraph, catches it and he counters. Now here it looks like he tried to catch the kick, but he didn't quite get it. So he ate the kick, and now he's trying to recover. So now he's trying to reset. So again, if you miss, don't try to chase it. Just reset and start fresh. Here you can see the shoulder telegraph. He catches it and counters. Here you can see he had his hands down. So he tries to cover up, but it's too late. He still eats the punch and then he tries to counter. Now notice the difference between these last two. In this one he tried to cover up, but it was too late. In this one, he tried to counter, but it was too late. So when you practice this move, you want to practice both. You want to practice catching the punch and immediately throwing the counter. But you also want to practice resetting, waiting for the guy to go back on the offensive and then throwing your counter punch. So now let's review what we just talked about. No, 1, don't just block the punch. Use the momentum of the punch to help you. Catch it and immediately fire back. No. 2, make sure you leave enough space to actually throw your counter punch. If you don't, you'll get countered yourself. And number 3, if you miss, don't chase it. Just reset and start fresh. Now here's one more bonus tip for you. When you're practicing this with a partner, make sure you get them to actually throw punches at you. So if they don't throw real punches at you, you're not going to be able to catch them. You're going to be sitting there waiting for punches that are never going to come. So make sure that you get your partner to actually hit you so that you can react. So again, this is a very high-level technique, and it takes some time to get it down. So don't get discouraged. Just keep practicing it until you get it. And it's a beautiful thing to see when you see somebody do this perfectly, because it is a beautiful display of fight IQ. Alright guys, that's all we have for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do us a huge favor. Click the link below. It's going to help us out tremendously. And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and turn notifications on. We have some awesome content coming up, and we want to make sure you don't miss it. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video.